Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's.
Tonight on the Channel 2 News. Former Governor Ralph Torres' legal team moved to disqualify Assistant Attorney General on the grounds of unauthorized practice of law. Also tonight, Homeland Security discusses emergency management and response. And we take a look at some of the rides that were showcased at the Island Summer Auto Fest finale. In sports, former WNBA player Annie LaFleur becomes a hero to some four-legged friends. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove. She said, where you going? What's the move? Tryna wild out, catch a groove. What's the move?
And there you have it, McDonald's new crispy chicken sandwich. From the makers of the world's most stolen fries. The juicy chicken sandwich from the place that offers extra napkins for a reason. The tender chicken sandwich from the creators of a sandwich phenomenon. So you won't just be biting into a chicken sandwich, you'll be biting into McDonald's new crispy, juicy, tender chicken sandwich. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Former Governor Ralph Torres' legal team motioned to disqualify or dismiss James Kingman, the Attorney General's special prosecutor, on the grounds of unauthorized practice of law. In a Superior Court hearing held this morning, Torres' legal team made the argument that Kingman did not take a mandatory oath before practicing law in Saipan. Kingman is a pro-hack vice lawyer, meaning he isn't licensed to practice law in Saipan, but has been permitted to for this particular case. Kingman argued that pro-hack vice lawyers are not required to take an oath. He shared his thoughts on the hearing after it ended.
Frivolous, shouldn't have had a hearing, but the judge wanted one, that's fine. Happy to make the argument. Things get hearings here, that's fine. It's very clear how you interpret statutes. If a provision is in one place and not in others, it doesn't apply.
MVA's managing director Chris Concepcion is in Japan this week to attend the World Summit for Adventure Travel. MVA will showcase the Marianas and its activities, food, and natural attractions. About 700 companies are expected to attend.
Tell me about the spot that we're looking at here and today.
Otaru, wow, this is Otaru City right below us. It's a port city here in Hokkaido. An hour outside of Chitose area. Really pretty city, really beautiful oceanside town. Very popular in the winter. And we had an awesome adventure as well. Our adventure really started today when we went around. We drove around this area. A lot to see and do. It's pretty exciting. I've never been up to Hokkaido as an adult, so it's just very. It's eye-opening. It's nice to see this part of Japan, and hopefully we can market to this audience here tomorrow and for the rest of the week to see if they can come and visit the cinema.
All right, Chris. Show starts tomorrow. What are you looking forward to the show?
I think I'm looking forward to really seeing what the rest of the world is doing in terms of products that they're offering to adventure travelers. I think I'm very curious to know what's trendy, what's popular, what's happening in the industry in other parts of the world, and seeing how we can mimic or mirror some of the successes that's happening in the rest of the world.
The show starts off tomorrow with the icebreaker is some adventures.
Day of adventure.
Yeah. What are you going to be doing? Do you know?
Man, I can't. We're doing a tour of a dairy farm here in Hokkaido. They're very famous for their dairy products. We're milking cows. There's I forget what it is. There's a hike. There's a tour of a beer brewery, a craft brewery. I can't remember what else is on it, but it's a full day tour of some of the sights and sounds of Hokkaido. So pretty exciting.
Thomas, Shakotan Peninsula, getting ready for the travel show. What are some of the things you hope to learn or experience or deliver during this show?
So we're here for adventure tourism. So we're really here to learn on what the show have to educate us about adventure tourism, and hopefully sort of take that idea and implement it in our island so we can showcase new things and adventures to our tourists visiting our islands.
That's awesome. What do you think? We're at the Shakotan Peninsula. What's your impression out here?
Man, it's beautiful. Look at the water. It's crystal clear, somewhat similar to the waters we have back home. And yeah, it's stunning, man. It's absolutely beautiful.
Homeland Security and Emergency Management held a conference to discuss solutions to common problems in emergency management in the NMI. HSEM's Franklin Babauta shared more.
This is our first time to get together, so we have a group from Department of Finance, Procurement, and the Public Assistance Office, and on Homeland Security. We've been sitting down together, talking about disasters and how we can mitigate some of the things in the future, prevent things from getting the process better.
When a disaster happens, Babauta says that HSEM wants to focus first on meal procurement and preparing heavy equipment for cleanup. The CNMI doesn't have enough equipment on hand, so they will have to outsource to procure it.
We know our CNMI government are not fully equipped with heavy equipment, for example, so we don't have everything that a fleet of this heavy equipment. So eventually we're going to have to rent it. We're going to have to go out there and source it. So with FEMA, Homeland Security, Procurement, and Finance, we're all going to go look for these resources or equipment to support the operations that we'll be doing. So those are the things that we are discussing here. How can we better facilitate this for future disasters should we need their assistance?
Red Cross Executive Director John Hirsch attended the conference and shared his thoughts with us about what he took away from what was presented.
I think this is a great opportunity for our partners and our collaborators in the community to better work together, whether it's the state government, the CNMI government, our federal partners, or not NGOs like the American Red Cross, in terms of being able to get resources out into the community in a timely fashion during disasters.
For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting.
Save big on mobile and home internet with Link. Get a mobile plan with 40 gigabytes of LTE data and 30 Mbps down on home internet for as low as $95 a month. Better yet, bundle your services with any iPhone 14 series and receive a $50 credit, a SuperPod AX, and basic installation completely free. We'll also cover your first 2 months of home internet service for savings of over $500. Offer valid for a limited time, so Link, bundle, and save today. Docomo Pacific, better together.
One of the best addresses in Saipan has office space available now, right in the heart of things. The Marianas Business Plaza offers reasonable rates and can help build to suit your needs. You'll love the central location, just 15 minutes from the airport and 10 minutes from Garapan. Ample and covered parking keeps your vehicle close and protected. 2 restaurants for easy access, lunch, dinner and business meetings. Building security and 24-hour access to your office. Backup generators, so you can run your business in all weather. And 3 elevators mean easy and convenient access. It's the address in Saipan, the Marianas Business Plaza.
Get your goods here with care and attention with Micronesia Air Cargo Services. MAX is all about connections. Daily flights to and from Guam, 4 times a week to Rota, and bi-weekly flights to Tinian. We are connecting the Marianas. Perishable goods, Home Depot furniture and appliances, even live animals, operating since 2013. Check out our Thursday special to Rota from Guam and Saipan. Call Max at 670-288-6227. If it fits, we'll take it. In our last episode of Mountains 12, Saipan's Russ Quinn received a diagnosis of multiple myeloma and is seeking treatment options in California as he starts to think about putting together an adventure for some of his closest friends. Going into clinical trials, Russ needed a goal, and in May of 2021 he set one, a mountain bike ride, but not just a day trip or overnighter, something a bit more involved. 6 days of backcountry, unguided wilderness biking, and he wanted his pals along. Once the trip was proposed, the responses came back quickly.
You find the time and you do it. Just for him to put this together 2 years ago and just to kind of lay the groundwork, we're doing this, is just absolutely amazing, and to see him in his element, it's just yeah, words can't describe it.
I appreciate Russ's the joy of living that Russ, takes with him and brings with him everywhere he goes. I mean, the guy just lives life to the fullest. I think I have a tendency to be a little bit more circumspect, a little more critical, and Russ is just always finding the good in every situation, always finding the good in every person, always finding the fun, the humor, and I think this trip is reflective of that. That's something that brings people together, and the world needs more of it, man.
The boys reported in from all over the world: Australia, Canada, Mariana Islands, Hawaii, California, West Virginia, Colorado. Some avid bikers, some just avid friends.
We are all here for Russ. He got multiple myeloma a couple years ago, and we all planned to do this trip with him as sort of something for him to look forward to, and it's worked out great because we all have gotten here. It wasn't an easy place to get to here, so we're also thrilled that Russ is he's had his medical process has gone really well, and he's here with us and doing really well.
Trips like this require some preparation and an international airport. Members of the team assembled in Las Vegas. Pre-game's important when you're headed into the mountains. Cancer's kind of like getting kicked in the you-know-what. The boys, hoping to play their cards right, go late into the night. Lawyers have all the money. But can they putt when the money is on the line and it's getting dark?
We know that'll make the news.
You've heard of fast women. How about fast men?
In between of the two, there is really a lot of gap. So we cannot compare the two things. So, but these are great cars as well. But if you're looking for speed, crazy speed, this is the one that you should pick.
The Motor Speedway sits in the desert about 20 minutes north of all the glitz of the Las Vegas Strip, and when the professionals aren't racing, the real estate is available for those who would like to get up to speed quickly. Ferrari, Lamborghini, what's your medicine?
Audi.
I'm going GT.
I was sold on the Mustang, and then I upgraded to the Corvette.
Don't let your gold chain get caught in your chest hair, Russ. That's the hardest part about driving a Corvette. Some going through a midlife crisis still consider the environment.
The Prius, it's supercharged. We're doing cars?
Coming up on Mountains 12, who is the fastest and who may need some driving lessons? Chris Nelson for the Channel 2 News.
Car enthusiasts gathered over the weekend for the Island Summer Auto Fest to gawk at some of the sweet whips on the island. Mark is the owner of this award-winning 97 Honda Civic.
Couple trophies from way back. So the first clear one right there is from the People's Choice Award way back in 2019. After that, I've been just trying to aim for the first place, best of show, and I got it last year. Yeah. So you know what? The only reason why I'm joining right now is because it's the last Island Summer Auto Fest. So I told the crew, hey, let's pull up. Let's last boom before it stops.
You heard that right. This is the finale for the Auto Fest, at least before Northern Marianas Tech takes it over. James Fleming, who helped organize the event, explains more.
Every time I say this is the last car show, a lot of the car enthusiasts say, man, can we have another car show? So I was always doing this for them, for the car enthusiasts. So after that, I was saying, I always wanted to, relax and have it. So NM Tech last year came to me and says, hey, I heard that you wanted to have the last car show. Are you willing to have them carry it on? I'm saying, hey, if you guys are willing to do it, which is a good trade school that they do automotive and all that. So that's why I say, yeah, okay. So I told him, I said, why don't I do the last finale, which is this year. So at least in a way, next year, NM Tech will handle the car show.
Let's take a look at some of the awesome cars here at Island Summer Auto Fest.
I love these cars. My experience is fixing cars.
I love your car, man. I think that it will go fast.
My name is Ian James Batonio de Leon, and this is my 4Runner. It has a 7-inch lift kit and 18-inch rims. I joined the car show because ever since my dad started, I really love cars.
How do you like the car show?
Good.
What's your favorite car?
Green sea turtles and hawksbill turtles call the Mariana Islands home. They are an important part of the marine ecosystem. They are under threat, and they are protected under CNMI law. Keep plastic out of the ocean. Keep vehicles off the beach. Use the Sea Turtle Stranding Hotline if you see poaching activities or if you see a turtle in trouble. Call 287-8537 and save a turtle. Premium office space available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Upgrade your work-life balance and enjoy a distinctive blend of location and nature with open spaces and ocean views. It's the perfect place for creative professionals who want real results. Call us at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com.
Buenas sports fans.
After a long week of coaching coaches, former WNBA player Annie LaFleur ended her week in Saipan by working with the junior girls basketball players.
To actually see the players on the floor, I think is really good. Of course, you want to coach coaches to be able to train players. So it's actually good to see Marlene on the court right now. She's the under-17 national girls coach. So to see her actually take a session, I can see that she's implemented some of the learnings that we've done throughout the week. So it's actually good to see that transition from hearing and learning it to actually doing it.
LaFleur is an Australian Papua New Guinean Olympic medalist. She played for the Sydney Flames in the WNBL and for various teams in the WNBA. In 2017, she was inducted into the New South Wales Basketball Hall of Fame. Now LaFleur is the development manager for FIBA Oceania office. She spent the entirety of last week hosting workshops with coaches and players alike.
I think the biggest highlight was having 42 PE teachers as part of their professional development come through and run a coaches workshop with us. It was fantastic to see their engagement, and hopefully, we have got some more basketball coaches in the mix of them who are going to help, coach some of the teams that are around.
The workshops weren't only open to basketball coaches, though. LaFleur says that her workshops were to strengthen coaching in general.
Yeah, and I think, with sport, I think you've got a generic kind of curriculum that you can throw into whatever sport you're doing. I mean, of course, we're a basketball federation and we want to get more coaches coming over to coach basketball, but I think just giving them the idea of, you need a practice plan, what goes in a practice plan, how to be an effective teacher. I think those were some of the key topics that really stood out.
LaFleur even took some time to speak at Mariana's high school to share her story with the students.
I actually thought it was only going to be for a couple of classes, but we had about 200 students. So I'm just sharing my journey, how I'm actually here and what brought me here. And I got some letters from one of the classes, which really made an impact on my life. I think being thanked for, giving back to the game, but, having an impression on young people, I think it's really special. So, I was on Facebook, I shared it with all my friends, and I've got some teachers. They're like, really treasure those moments. It doesn't happen a lot. So if you've made an impact like that, I think that's pretty special.
She closed out her week here by working with the younger girls and gave this advice to an aspiring basketball player.
It's not going to be easy. And, I talk about all of the beautiful places I've been to and the people that I've met along the way who have helped me on that journey. But it is going to be a bit of a struggle. There are going to be some really great times and some really, down times. So I think for those down times, it's how you come through it. Are you going to use it to get better? Are you just going to go, it's just too hard? So I think for anyone that's coming through, it is going to be tough. But if you put the work into it, you will succeed.
In an unexpected turn of events, LaFleur gave back to the community in a different way.
I found some puppies. We actually have fostered them. Marlene's actually taken 4 of them. And I've found another one. And anyway, I've bought her some things.
You really went on a side quest when you came to the NMI.
I did. Seriously, you know what? My perfect world would be winning the lotto, finding property, going to the pound, getting all the animals and taking care of them.
Yeah?
That would be my dream. Really got an emotional attachment to stray dogs, stray cats, and there's a lot of them in all of the islands I go to.
Right.
And it really brings a tear to my eye. And, I'm a bit teary now, but I just want to, give them something. So I've been to the shops, I bought them food. I'm going to drop it off. I got this little one a collar and a lead, and
so sweet.
I want to leave her something, when I leave.
LaFleur came to the NMI on a mission to enrich the lives of our community members, whether they walk on 2 legs or 4. For KSPN2 News, this is Trey Youngdahl reporting.
Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week.
Tonight through Tuesday night will be mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southwest winds 15 to 20 miles per hour with highs near 86 and a 50% chance of showers. High tide will be 2 feet this evening at 7:12 p.m. Low tide will be 0.1 feet at 12:21 p.m. Tuesday evening. High tide will go back up to 2 feet at 7:37 p.m. Tuesday night.